Alright, and here we go with the next match of the United League Reborn. This time we have two new teams around, two teams that I have not casted yet. We have FTS and Team UD that will be facing it off today on the racetrack. We have, of course, 7 tracks which will be played, 1 track per environment. TrackMania United Forever, of course, having 7 environments. For those that maybe don't know a lot about TrackMania, we have 7 different environments, and all of those 7 environments will be covered in this match. The point limit will be 5 for each map, and it is a best of 7 after all. And the first map will be Stadium, the map by Master Ben, tribute to the Poutine. And we have Nitro Guy, Pacha, and Not32 for the blue team, for Team UD. For the red team we have Ladybug Lover, Joey, and Marie. And we are already underway with the first round, currently following Marie, the German player for the red team right now, getting a little bit of an overdrift, currently finding herself on position number 6. Let's go a little bit further ahead, following Joey. A very balanced round here, with both teams kind of being represented, but Nitro Guy gets the Randstein bug, transitioning from the blue part onto the road. You really don't want to hit that Randstein there. That one completely yeeted him out of the track. So it will be Not32 now taking over the lead, getting great speed out of that jump. Joey on position number 2. Oh, Not32 almost getting the slowdown, clipping the edge on the inside. Joey also struggling a little bit. We have a 3-man battle for the last turn right here. Who's going to get the first place? It is Not32 going very tight. Joey ties Not32 right at the end. Both are clocking in a 105.75. However, it will be Nod that gets the 6 points and Joey gets the 5. Nitro Guy getting 3rd, Ladybug Lover on 4th, Marie on 5th, and Pacha on 6th. The first point goes in favor of UD. So that round was all over the place. A bunch of mistakes here and there that threw the whole table around. So this is of course not like the highest level that you will see in this competition. But it's always nice that teams that are maybe not at the top of the food chain are still competing and trying to have fun in the competition. Because this is what's it all about at the end of the day. It is about having fun. And you shouldn't take it too seriously, and this is why these teams are just here. They just want to have fun without really a serious intent of winning, and this is what I really appreciate about these teams. So great to see that they are giving it a chance as well. And right now we have 3 players at the front. Nitro Guy, Nod, and Joey, that is. Ladybug Lover and Pacha fighting for position number 4. And then Marie, I think, is fighting herself a little bit further back. Now exiting the platform turn. Let's take a look here at the fight for first place. Nitro Guy going for the overtake, getting a very nice drift around the last corner. And will boost himself up to first place. A 105.40 for Nitro Guy. Joey will take 2nd, 1100s behind, and Not32 taking 3rd with a 0.67, and that will seal the deal for UD. They will get their 2nd point on the stadium track. So they are off to a good start. FTS lacking the pace a little bit, but I saw Not32 there with a big mistake very early on. This could be the chance for the red team to make something happen, but as I say that, it is Marie that goes too wide in the left-hander and falls back to position number 6 again. Pacha also making a mistake, UD crumbling right here. So this round definitely not being decided yet. Ladybug Lover is on position number 3 right now, while we have Joey and Nitro Guy, the 2 leaders of this race. Joey going a little bit wider, trying to keep more speed, going down the hill now. Joey definitely with the speed advantage right now. Dropping onto the road now and into the left-hander on the platform. Want to go tight around it. Joey not with the greatest line. Nitro Guy opting for more speed, and it did pay off for him. Nitro Guy shooting himself up to first place now. The American player who has been around the TrackMania scene for half an eternity is actually clocking in another great time right here, 105.09. That is a great time by Nitro Guy, and that will also be a very important position for his team. His teammates drop on 4th and on 5th, and they will get the next point home.
Did we say 03 was my lucky number? Is this some sick joke? Riola story.
Yo, Nina, thank you for your 3-month resub. Maybe the number 3 is indeed your lucky charm now. Gotta Keep that in mind. Anyway, going into the next round, 3-0 is the score. As I said, we are playing until 5 on each track without tennis mode. So, Team UD definitely on a rush right now, on a run, as they continue to perform well here in this next round. Nitro Guy now passing Marie in the right-hander. Marie losing quite a little bit of momentum there. Also, Pacha almost going for the overtake. In the lead it is between Joey and Not32. Joey getting a very good left-hander actually, keeping a lot of speed, and that will let Not32 eat a little bit of his dust. So these two positions right now are being set in stone. Nitro Guy is in position number 3. Then we have Marie on 4th, Pacha on 5th, and Ladybug Lover pretty far behind. So let's take a look here. Looking to be another good round for UD. With these positions, they will take it home. Pacha oversliding a lot in the last turn. And Joey actually getting the first time under 105. 104.88 by Joey, which is a considerably good time. He's gonna get the first position. However, his efforts are not paying off because his teammates have been sandbagging a little bit in that round. So the point will still go in favor of the blue team, but that was a close one. That was a close one. And it shows that they can definitely keep up with the blue team. However, they need a tiny little bit more luck with the rounds. But yeah, then again, we are playing a best of 7, so maybe Stadium just isn't their environment. Maybe they're going to shine through on the other environments. We will find out soon. Oh, not getting a slowdown there from the Randstein. He went over it a little bit, and that immediately cost him his entire momentum. So that's how quickly it can go here in this game. Joey on another very good run here. Finds himself 0.3. Oh, Nitro Guy gets the bump. That was very unfortunate. The second bump for Nitro Guy there. And will be the double lead for the red team actually. If they don't throw this away, they will actually get their first point on the stadium track. Joey in the lead and Ladybug Lover on second. And if they don't completely throw it away here in the end, they will take the point. And Joey getting another great time under 105. 104.95 here by Joey. And this will be their very first point, which might be a good motivation boost for them. This might fuel them to go for some faster times. 4-1 on the first track. So you also see Nitro Guy in the chat being like, ah, the bugs, no, why is it me? Why do I keep getting the bugs? But yeah, then again, here in TrackMania United Forever, it's not like in Team 2 Stadium where the chance of getting bugs like that is very slim. But here, you do get punished rather often if you go for those risky lines over the curbs. And Nitro Guy being the one that got punished twice already. Going into the next round here, we see 4 drivers at the top and then Marie and Pacha being a little further behind. Joey in the lead again, he looking to get the 3rd victory in a row. Ladybug Lover on 2nd place. They're really, like, you can clearly see that they are pushing it in this round, and right now it actually does pay off. Nitro Guy and Nod not able to keep up with the pace of the red drivers right now. But Nitro Guy with great speed now passing Ladybug Lover, who is clearly lacking the momentum jumping on the platform section. But Nod just decides to not take that checkpoint, and he will drop down all the way to last place. Ladybug Lover with a huge crash though, and this might turn the whole thing around again. Joey clocks in a 105 flat. Nitro Guy on 3rd, Nitro Guy on 2nd, Pacha on 3rd, Ladybug Lover on 4th, and now the 5th place will decide it, and it will be Nod that takes it. Marie is going for a little bit of a National Geographic adventure right here, so she's not gonna be able to reach the finish line, and the last point will go in favor of the blue team. 5-1 on map 1. Stadium goes in favor of UD. So that was a good clean sweep by UD, even though FTS has clearly been stepping it up in the last 2 rounds, but then unfortunate mistakes happened, and those, of course, should not happen, especially in a clutch situation like that. So, let's see what the next map is going to be. We looking to have Coast coming up next. Coast, Bay, Rally, Desert Island, Snow. Looking to be the map queue for this match. So we're going to switch on to Coast, which is a map by Pacha. So maybe that's going to be good for him. He's going to feel himself safe, warm and cozy on his own track. So he might be an important link for the red team. For Team FTS. For UD, sorry. So we're going on to Coast. Coast, of course, being, yeah, an environment that you either love or hate. There are people that are praising Coast for just being awesome, and then there are others that just say, it's bad. Because they're mad because bad, obviously. So Coast being the slowest environment in the TrackMania universe. An environment that is kind of closer to real-life racing. A car that doesn't really have a lot of grip. Where speed management and steering movements are very, very important. If you steer too much, if you enter the coast maps and the coast turns with too much speed, then you will just find yourself slide out and hit the wall. And that's not what you want. So maintaining your grip throughout the turns, knowing where you can steer and where you can maybe not steer a lot is very, very crucial. And this track is actually very technical. It has a lot of corners where it is very important to keep control over your car. A bunch of transitions like this one too, where the landing is, let's say, not very well calculated, but it does add some difficulty and some unpredictiveness, yes, to the track and to the race. So gonna be very exciting. We have 2 warm-ups on this track, and then we will be going live, maybe with some lineup changes. We see Revo actually stepping in for UD. And IKEA for FTS, who is Hawkey from Sweden, which explains why he's called IKEA. So a bunch of lineup changes here, which is nice to see. Of course, in TrackMania United, it was always kind of viable to have different drivers for different environments, because one driver might be comfortable with environment 1, but not very comfortable with environment 2. And then you kind of just add up and make up a really, really good team. And this is why lineup changes are very, very common. Especially when you jump through 7 different environments. So I am sure we will see that today as well. The Dedimania time, we can maybe have a swift look at those. We have Phil right now for Team TSM, who is having the fastest time right now with a 1:18.78. Hawk with a 0.99, so 2 drivers that have gotten a time under 1:19. Then we have Bantas Bier on 3rd place with a 0.04, Marius89 with a 0.31, and Vince with a 0.36. So I think we're safe to say that we will not see times under 120 here, because those times are actually very difficult to achieve on a track like this. And then of course you gotta keep in mind that we have not a top tier match here, so the players are probably gonna range somewhere between 121, 122 on this track. But of course that will not take away the potential of having nice matches and nice races in this matchup. Also a pretty long track. Usually competition tracks are a little bit shorter, regardless of what environment you play in. So a track being this long is not very, very frequent to see. Also back in the days when TrackMania United was, you know, when TM2 wasn't a thing, when United was playing more actively in the competitive scene. Also there, you never really had tracks that, you know, went that long. So yeah, these things have changed a little bit in this competition. But yeah, we're gonna start now on the coast track. After a restart to reset the points, there you go. So GLHF on map number 2 between FTS and UD, Pacha, Revo, and Nitro Guy against IKEA, Marie, and Ladybug Lover. And off we go through the very first hairpin, the start of course being very, very tight. Want to make sure that you do not hit any obstacles, otherwise you will not be able to pass the first jump. And I think that is exactly what happened to Nitro Guy. Nitro Guy has made the first mistake in this round. He has hit the wall in the very, very first turn. And as I said, if you lose the speed there, then it is very likely that you will not be able to pass the jump. So Nitro Guy being down already. Ladybug Lover taking the lead here over Pacha and Marie. So then again, Pacha is being the mapper of this track. He built this one. So he might have a very good advantage here over a bunch of other drivers. So let's see how he's going to use that. But right now he's actually doing very good. He is on second place right behind Ladybug Lover. And also Marie is showing what she got here on the coast environment. Doing really good here on position number 3. Ikea on 4th. So right now actually looking to be a red round. Even though Pacha is now going for the overtake on Ladybug Lover, who got a better gear change before the uphill. Ikea with a small wall touch, but manages to stay intact without losing too much speed. Oh, there he goes with the slide. Coast being very, very allergic to sliding. If you slide, you have no grip whatsoever. So that makes it very difficult to catch your car and to regain grip after you lost it. So Pacha most likely going to win the first place here, win the first round. But with 3 red drivers behind, this will be a red point and they will take it. Ikea even BMing here in front of the finish line. What a madman. But he will actually secure 4th place in front of Nitro Guy and Revel, who have made some mistakes. So the first point for FTS, and they will go up in the lead on the coast track. So maybe coast is actually going to be much better of an environment for them, as opposed to stadium, which unfortunately didn't go that well for them. And they are off to a really good start again. Ikea and Ladybug Lover off to really good starts. Let's switch a little bit further back. We have Pacha, Nitro Guy and Revo lurking in the shadows and waiting for an opportunity to go for an overtake here on the red drivers. But they really seem to be comfortable with the coast environment, keeping a lot of speed and momentum through the turns. And especially on the track like this, where it's, you know, really, really important to keep that speed. Oh, Ladybug Lover with the slide going full Tokyo drift right there. And also Pacha now struggling to keep grip on the little coast part there. So a bunch of mistakes being made here, which gives Nitro Guy the opportunity to go up to first place. Ikea on second, but Nitro Guy now with the slide, and he will drop down to 4th place immediately. This is how punishing slides are in coast, and Nitro Guy being a keyboard driver, which makes it essentially harder to maintain your grip on an environment like this. Coast is still very fairly drivable with a with a keyboard, but you will always have the upper hand with an analog device, and this is what players like Revo, Ikea or Pacha are gonna take advantage from. So Revo is in the lead, Ikea on second, Pacha slowing down in the last turn, will get passed by his own teammate, but it will be a UD point, 1-1, the scoreboard is even. So here in the very first turn, if you go too tight, you will end up sliding, and I guess you saw what happens when you slide, you lose. So Pacha actually demonstrating that for us perfectly. He slid right there and lost a lot of speed. And also Nitro Guy, thank you for that demonstration. Also he hit the barrier, gave the barrier a little kiss. Remains on 5th place though, in front of Pacha. This is not the greatest situation for Nitro Guy right now. We have the triple lead for Team FTS right now. Revel trying to make something happen, but he risks it too much in that tight 180 on the coast. So he will drop down behind Nitro Guy. The triple lead for FTS right now. They have the ace, and they can take it very easy, because this is very, very hard to throw away, even though Nitro Guy is pushing it right there. He wants to make up some positions, and he's coming closer to the pack. Okay, there he goes 1. He gets a little bit more speed through the right-hander as well. Might be going for the overtake on Marie as well. The transition, however, Marie gets it very well. And Ikea with a mistake. Marie now in the fight with Nitro Guy and Ikea for the first place on the last turn. Ikea with more speed jumping down onto the GP section. Marie, of course, who is a pad driver, gets more speed in that left-hander. Nitro Guy has to tap a lot with his keyboard and will actually have to let go his accelerator there a little bit. So he drops down to 3rd place, and that will be the next point for FTS, 2-1. So yeah, the last turn, of course, being very advantageous if you play with an analog device, because you can full speed it. You can just full speed it if you steer very, very gently and steer as little as possible. While with a keyboard, of course, you can't steer gently. It is a digital input. It is only on or off. It is turn or no turn. So at high speed corners like that at the end, you will be kinda screwed with a keyboard. So yeah, that's something you gotta take into account. We go into the next round with Nitro Guy, the keyboard player, actually being in the lead, followed by 3 FTS drivers. Pacha in a fight with Marie, and I'm missing Revo, who is actually even further behind. Revo is very, very far back. Revo also being someone that has been around the TrackMania community for ages. Mainly known as a video maker, actually. Revo has made a lot of very well-known TrackMania movies in the past. Also back in TMTube. Kind of pendant to YouTube from back in the days, where people could upload TrackMania videos only. He has been very known. Oh, IKEA actually. Let's stop talking about people, but actually comment on what's happening on the track. IKEA has made a mistake. Nitro Guy will take it with a 121.8. Then there's a 1.4 second gap down to second place to Marie, who takes second place. Ladybug Lover on third. Pacha on fourth. And IKEA sealing the deal on position number 5. Third point for FTS. It is actually looking very good for the red team on the coast track. So if they keep up the momentum, they might actually tie up the score in total after they lost the stadium track. It would be, of course, very nice for them to get the coast track into their pocket. And they are looking to do so. The double lead for IKEA and Ladybug Lover right now. Nitro Guy trying to have a saying right here. The American driver who has been actually doing a lot of freestyling as well back in the days. Freestyling has been a style, or rather a style of driving that has been very prominent back in the days in TrackMania United. But it really died out after TrackMania 2 got released, because the TrackMania 2 environments weren't really suitable for freestyling. So the freestyle style kind of died with the time. But Nitro Guy was someone that always did a very, very good job at pulling off those freestyle runs. And right now he's still doing good in the races. Pacha is on last, and also Revo showing some weaknesses right here. He's only on 5th place and gets a very, very long slide down the hill. So he will remain on that 5th place. Let's have a look at Marie. She's getting a little bit of a slide at the exit. That will cost her a little bit of speed. Nitro Guy up to 3rd. Ladybug Lover with the slide on that uphill, and also IKEA. Not with the greatest line, but however, actually, I take it back. He gets a lot of exit speed with that. And IKEA will take home the first place. 122.20. That is a good time by IKEA. Nitro Guy with a 0.66. So 2 drivers with a 122. And it will be the next point for FTS. Will they take home the coast track? It actually looks very, very good for them. It looks very, very good for them. Ukemaster with the raid. Thank you very much, man. Welcome, welcome. Come in, come in. So this could be the final round of the coast track. If the red team actually takes it home, then it will be tied out in the scoreboard, in the total score. Let's follow Pacha, who has been a hit or miss in this environment. He had a couple of good rounds, but then also a couple of rather bad ones. And right now it looks like he's going to have another rather bad one. Also Revo getting the slide, and also Nitro Guy losing a lot of speed. So right now it is actually the triple lead, the best case scenario for FTS. But then we have IKEA, who's struggling a lot here, entering this section. Also gets another slide, so IKEA from 3rd to 6th place. Very, very close here. We have a we have 2 3v3s right now. Ladybug Lover, Nitro Guy, and Marie in the top, and then we have IKEA, Revo, and Pacha in the back. Oh, Pacha catching the slide there, went a little bit too aggressively into that corner. Gonna drop down a little bit here. IKEA trying to make something happen. Revo struggling there as well, getting a double slide. And it looks like it will be Nitro Guy taking home another first place. Great performance by him on the coast track, but with these positions, it will not be enough to secure the point. Ladybug Lover is on 2nd, IKEA on 3rd, and Marie will take 4th. GG! FTS win the coast track, and it will be tied up in the scoreboards. Oh yeah, of course not two 3v3s, but I guess you know what I meant. 2 packs of 3 players. Let's put it that way. Alright, next map is gonna be Rally. The map by Black Q, Tongue Twister. Or actually not. Actually not. Looks like we will have Bay. So let's have some Bay, ladies and gentlemen. The map by Lux, Bay Track, which you all should be familiar with if you have followed the United League Reborn through my casts or maybe casts from other people. We are actually approaching the playoff phase in this competition, so the further we progress, the more important the matches are going to be, and here we will play for another point in this best of 7, the third track in this matchup here, Bay, which is another very interesting track here with a water bounce with a bunch of very momentum-based corners, a couple of very tight ones here in this section, for example. Things are getting very, very tight, and it is very easy to hit some obstacles, so definitely not an easy map to go through. But yeah, Bay being one of the faster environments introduced with TrackMania Sunrise in 2005 or 2004? 5? I don't know. Being an environment that is very fast, it has a car that is very grippy, it is having a very, very tight turning radius, so you can steer very, very tightly with this car. However, it tends to, of course, lose grip as well if you steer in too much. If you turn too much, if you approach turns with too much speed, then also the Bay car will lose grip or actually go onto 2 wheels, which is something that you will see with the desert car, of course. So Bay also being an environment where managing grip is very important. It kind of applies to every United environment, but also in Bay it is a thing, combined with the very high speed and with the very, you know, complex left-right turn combinations that you have in Bay very, very often. And this track definitely being no exception. World record here is a 1:02.54 by Dima der Dosenöffner. Danik B used to hold the record for a while. He is sitting there with a 56. And Fred Das Fass with a 65. So the top 3, and we have 2 Tresen players in the TrackMania list. But yeah, those are not the drivers we have to look out for. We have to look out for the drivers that are here on the track. Looks like we will have Nitro Guy and Pacha who will stay on the track, and Not 32 will jump back onto the track for Bay. Ikea, Ladybug Lover, and Joey will be holding up the flag for FTS. So Marie is being benched for Joey. So a bunch of lineup changes again, as per usual. And this is going to be an exciting one for sure as well. A couple of motivational words by Marie in the chat, which is always nice. Gotta root for your teammates. That's always nice to see. Alright, GLHF, we will start the third map out of 7 between UD and FTS in the United League Reborn. Not 32, Nitro Guy and Pacha versus Ikea, Joey, and Ladybug Lover. And off we go, the start block. Let's follow Ikea through the first couple of corners. He's probably going to be one of the fastest drivers around. I have actually seen a very early mistake. I don't know who that was. It was Joey who makes a very early mistake early on for Team FTS. We're just going to put them in a very uncomfortable situation as he finds himself multiple seconds behind. But then we have this very crucial waterbound section where we can actually see a bunch of different approaches. However, most of these drivers actually looking to take the very same approach. IKEA and Ladybug Lover both touching the very same wall. However, they managed to maintain most of their speed. And they will keep themselves on the first 2 positions. With the first 2 positions, it is enough to win the round. So if IKEA and Ladybug Lover keep their positions up, they will take the point. But Pacha actually going for the overtake, as Ladybug Lover most likely got a little drift in that platform section in the symmetrical part. So Ladybug Lover dropping down to 3rd place, trying to make something happen here. He goes for a lot of speed here. Not the most direct lines, but goes for lines with a lot of speed. Not able to pass Pacha though, so IKEA will take home the first place with a flat 105. Pacha on 2nd, Ladybug Lover on 3rd, Not 32 on 4th, Joey on 5th, and Nitro Guy on 6th. It will be the first point for FTS. A great start for the red team here already. Even though Joey has made a crucial mistake very early on in the round, they still recovered very well, which is nice to see. So here we go into the next round. Not 32, almost flying off the track. And IKEA with like almost a speed boost. He pressed B for boost and went up from far back to first place with a wider line over the hill. And of course, that is the line you want to go through. What a risky line by Ladybug Lover. And he has to release now in order not to jump into the checkpoint. He recovers very, very well though, even though he doesn't have the optimal line to get the 180. Hits the checkpoint, drops down to last place. IKEA extends his lead now. Pacha Royal now losing a little speed. Ladybug Lover really risking it for the biscuit there. He's bouncing all over the place. And that was not the greatest bounce right there for him. Joey and Not 32 now fighting for position number 2. Joey opting for those inside lines. He actually gets them, but Not 32 with a little bit of more speed here. Now it will all come down to the last turn, the last 180. We have IKEA that takes first place. Joey on 2nd, just 100th ahead of Not 32. Nitro Guy on 4th place. 5th place goes to Pacha. And Ladybug Lover, after that bouncy action, getting last. And will be the next red point, actually. Wow. Second point in a row for the red team. That is looking good. And again on Bay. And here comes IKEA with a lot of speed again. You saw how much speed he gets out of that line. However, it wasn't enough to go up to first, but he's definitely still in the mix here. Ladybug Lover, where's he going? Ladybug Lover completely jumping beside the intended route. So he's gonna be out of this. And Nitro Guy also struggling to hit the optimal line, so a little bit of a time loss for him. Not 32 in the lead. Joey on 2nd. Who's gonna take it? Joey with the inside line. However, Not will maintain more speed again. He lands a little sideways. Not 32 with a terrible landing. What was that? Joey sniping it at the end. He's of course gonna say thank you very much for that first place. IKEA also sniping Not. I don't know why Not turned his car in the air, but that was definitely not what you want. So he threw it away right there, and it will be the 3rd point in a row for the red team. FTS looking strong on Bay. UD not showing a single trace of a chance. Oh, was that a mistake? I heard a... Oh! Who was that? Nitro Guy and Not 32 finding themselves multiple seconds back. This is an easy round for FTS. I just heard a suspension sound in the back and I knew, someone must have died there. And indeed, 2 UD drivers have died. Oh, Joey! What a landing. But he stabilizes and remains on 3rd. His teammates are keeping it up. IKEA on 1st, Ladybug Lover on 2nd. Oh, Ladybug Lover gets the slide, but that won't really matter. The first 2 positions are still going to be sufficient. And it looks like Ladybug Lover, after that mistake, still remains on 3rd place. And that shows that UD has completely crumbled in this round. Next point for FTS. Map point for Team Red. And here we go, potentially the last round now coming up. If FTS win this one again, then it will be a 5-0 clean sweep. Which of course hurts for UD, after they had a very strong start into this match by winning the stadium track. Oh, not 32! And also Ikea getting a very wonky landing, but he stabilizes there very well. Keeps himself on the track, and I hear so many crash sounds. I don't know who died. Oh, Patcha completely died. Nitro guy in the back, not 32 in the back. Another triple lead for FTS, and I don't think they're gonna throw that away. Joey in the lead. What? Ladybug Glover will snipe that place now. Joey hit the checkpoint on the inside, but they will still get the point. Ladybug Lover with a 104.62, Ikea with a 105.04, and that will be the 5-0 clean sweep on Bay by FTS. I have not seen that coming, to be quite fair. UD definitely not showing what they're capable of on this track. Not sure why that is, but things can happen. So the next track, we have Desert loading in, but the players might decide for something else. Rally being next, question mark? Or Desert? So looks like we have Desert. Because it looks like Nitro Guy has to leave after this. Alright, so next environment we have Desert. The first environment in TrackMania, which is the car that you should all know. The car that goes on two wheels when it turns. And this is the main characteristic of this vehicle. Going on two wheels is slower, but it reduces your turning radius. It makes it smaller, so you can turn tighter when you drive on two wheels. So you gotta find a good balance between going on two wheels and staying on four wheels in the turns. This is a very, very important thing. Desert being an environment which is very friendly for keyboard players. So keyboard players will definitely have a very good time here on this environment. The tapping style is actually of faster nature. It is actually quicker to do the keyboard tapping style in this environment, because the car just simply accelerates faster that way. So yeah, a great environment right here. One of my favorites. And we will be playing on a map by Rad PL. The score is 2-2-1 in total. FTS has one Coast and Bay. UD has one Stadium. We go on to map number 4 in this best of 7 with Desert. We have one more warm-up, I think, coming up. And then we should be going live. So enjoy the warm-up here. If you are unfamiliar with the track, the warm-ups are going to give you a good overview. So Revo is going to be a good contender here for the first couple of positions, because Revo is someone that has really specialized on the TMO environments, on the TrackMania original environments, which are desert, rally, and snow. So Revo might be a shining star in this match, who is actually driving a 118.78, will triggered a 115.68 by Phil. So those times, of course, also going to be unreachable. Those times are really, really fast. So yeah, Revo going to be someone that I expect to do well here. Nitro Guy, a keyboard player. As I said, keyboard will be a good choice for this environment. So Nitro Guy might also be doing really good here. For Team FTS, actually hard to say how the players are going to perform. I see Frozen Chaos, a new name actually. He has not been playing today. So Frozen Chaos, seemingly a Belgian player who is taking over the wheel for FTS on the desert track on map number 4. So we have Revel, Nod, and Nitro Guy against Joey, Frozen Chaos, and Ikea. Here we go with the first round. Following Joey right now, who is off to a good start. Nod 32 going up into the lead. Into the hairpin we go. Very, very close. Joey actually with a great turn. Very, very close to tipping over. That was pretty much at the limit of the car. Can't really go any closer to tipping over than that. So Joey off to a good start. Nod 32 on second. Nitro Guy, you can clearly see the tapping style in his driving. Oh, but he jumps a little bit too much left and will lose some speed with that. So we have a very, very close pack right here actually. Only Joey is a little further away. And the first one did a kick flip right there. I don't know what that was. But the first mistake by Ikea. So he's going to be down by multiple seconds, leaving 5 drivers remaining on the track. Jumping onto the platform, transitioning into the left turn here. Joey still in the lead, Nod 32, Frozen Chaos, Nitro Guy, and Revel. They're all very close to each other. And Joey getting the bunny hop over the inside there. Nod 32 also losing some speed. So many mistakes now being made in the tunnel section. Frozen Chaos being the one that capitalizes, goes up to first place for Team FTS. Nitro Guy on second. Revel on third. So these two are battling it out right now. Where is Revel? Where is Ikea? Where is everyone? Bunch of drivers being a little bit further behind. Joey and Revel in particular. Revel even retired from the... No, who was it? Ikea retired from the round. So the first place will... The first point will go in favor of the blue team. Oh, Frozen Chaos stumbling over that little edge, but he was actually able to stabilize, which is a surprise. But he's still on the track right now on second place. Revo sliding in that hairpin. And also Nod making a little mistake. Jumps too far left. Also Frozen Chaos now not nailing the tunnel section very well. So now he's taking over the last place. Let's follow Revo for Team UD. Getting some decent hairpins. Here you want to make sure not to land on the sidewalk, otherwise you will flip like Ikea. And speaking about Ikea, he slides in the left-hander, and also Nod 32 flips into my camera. How do you dare? So many mistakes being made here in this round, actually unbelievable. Double lead for UD right now. Nitro Guide Revo. Joey trying to make something happen right here, but he stumbles over the little transition from sand to road, which is what happened to him in the previous round as well, where I said he did a bunny hop. So he almost did the same thing again, and this looks like an easy round for UD here. Revo and Nitro Guide can easily take it here. Oh, Joey with a huge crash at the end. So the double lead for UD, and it will be their second point, 2-0. Marie rooting for her teammates here again, which is very nice. So yeah, FTS struggling to keep up with the consistency here, making a lot of big mistakes on this desert track. Of course, it is not an easy track here at all, but most mistakes, of course, can be avoided. So here we go into the next round with no mistakes being made so far. However, Frozen Chaos now sliding again in the tunnel. He also looks to be a keyword player, judging by his driving style. But right now he's not taking any benefit from that. Joey is on 5th. Let's go a little further into the pack. Not 32, the Polish driver on 4th, jumping very safely to the left. Really wants to make sure not to land on the sidewalk. The sidewalks, of course, being a real killer in desert. Very, very often you want to get as close as possible to them without touching them, or even getting your 2 wheels over them, but you never really want to touch them because it always slows you down or flips you. Oh, not 32 now, fully stopping into the wall, and Nitro Guy this time, the one that does not land smoothly in the tunnel slope. Revo in the lead, followed by 2 FTS drivers. So right now it would be the red point. Joey creeping in closer to Nitro Guy, who is really struggling to keep control over his car. It will come down to the last turn. Who's going to get the tire line around the finish corner? It will be Nitro Guy that prevails, but it will be the double lead for FTS and their first point on the desert track, 2-1. This is what they need. This is what they want. FTS maybe back in business on the 4th track. And right now they're off to really good starts as well. Ikea and Joey. And I saw a big mistake by Not 32. He's already multiple seconds behind. So this is a great, great opportunity for FTS to take home another point. As Nitro Guy made a mistake as well in the tunnel. This has to be their round. They need to take this opportunity. Otherwise, it will be a lost opportunity. This is a free point basically. Even with Revo still being in the mix, they can easily take the points. Joey keeps himself in the lead. Revo risking it for the biscuit right there. Goes for a lot of speed through the corners. Pushes himself up to 2nd place now. Frozen Chaos trailing in the slipstream of Revo. Barely makes that jump. Revo now up to 1st. Frozen Chaos getting a slide. Ikea. Small mistake by Ikea right there. But he stays on position number 4. And with this, it will be decided. Joey now risking it in that left-hander. And that will be over and out for UD. Even though Revo takes 1st with a 119.07, it will be 3 FTS players right behind. And they're getting their next point and they will tie out the score. So Desert is getting really exciting again. 2-2. Oh, 2 mistakes. Revo and Ikea both sliding in the 1st turn. Since you're coming out of a downhill, it is actually easier said than done to go into that turn without having your car flip over, because you have a lot of speed and the downwards momentum that you still have is transferring, of course, and it makes it very hard to keep the balance intact. So this is something that did not go well for those 2 drivers. But FTS is doing really good again. Look at that. We have Frozen Chaos and Joey in the lead again. Nitro Guy on 3rd place. Really close landing by Frozen Chaos. Almost landing on the sidewalk. And Joey now hitting it. As I mentioned, the sidewalk actually has to respawn as well. So we have Ikea and Joey now very far back. And it might be another UD round if they take these positions home. Nothing happening here. Frozen Chaos still holding up strong. He's being chased by Nitro Guy, who goes for a tight line around the last corner, but it's not enough to pass. He's 400s behind Frozen Chaos. Both getting low 119 times. But yeah, this will be a round for UD. And they go up in the lead again. 3-2. We're playing till 5. Keep in mind, there's no tennis mode. And yeah, to answer the question in the chat, this is the default skin because the custom skins are not loading for me. So it is just displaying the default skin. Nitro Guy, the first one that made a mistake here, hitting the wall on the inside of that hairpin. Leaving the triple red lead right here with Joey, Ikea and Frozen Chaos. Frozen Chaos, however, making a mistake, and he fully stops into the wall. And now he's going to be the one that inherits that last place from Nitro Guy. So 2 mistakes being made in this round. Joey still holding up strong in the lead. However, he tilts a little bit too much in that downhill. But Revo with another additional mistake. Not sure why he went that wide there. So this looks like a very, very easy round for FTS right here if they don't mess it up. Oh, Joey landing almost 90 degrees rotated. But they should be able to take it home. Ikea and Joey. Ooh, Ikea stumbling almost. Going a lot on 2 wheels. As I said earlier, driving on 2 wheels is slower in this environment. So you want to minimize the time that you drive on 2 wheels as much as possible. Ikea showing that off very well. But yeah, Joey and Ikea will take the next point. Both actually getting a 1:19.70. Both of them with the exact same time. That is teamwork. And it will be tying up the score again. 3-3. Desert being very exciting. Also Rambox with the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome in. And here we go into the next round. Oh, Joey sliding. He was already last, and now he's gonna be even laster. He is gonna be even further behind now. A little mistake right there by Joey, turning in too much into that corner, and ends up sliding. Following Frozen Chaos right now from Belgium. Goes for a lot of speed. Jumps very far right. Now the hairpin combination, very important to get right. Looks good for Team UD right now. Even though Nitro Guy and Revo both make a mistake. And this is actually very, very close round right here. Revo in the lead, followed by Ikea, Frozen Chaos, and Not 32. Not 32 with a lot of speed through that left bend. Will capitalize on the desert tapping technique. So he's going to shoot himself up to 2nd place now. Double lead for UD as of now. Let's have a look at Frozen Chaos, who is on 3rd. Joey being out of this one. Ikea lands super badly in that slope. So he's going to lose some additional time to the leaders, who are still Revo, Nod, and Frozen Chaos. Frozen Chaos now risking it a lot. Gets a lot of speed out of that turn. He's going up to 2nd place now. Revo shaking his ass and losing his 1st place with that Frozen Chaos up to 1st place now. 1:18.98. Great effort right there by Frozen Chaos. But it will not be enough for him because it will still be a UD point after all. With Revo, Nod, and Nitro Guy getting 2nd, 3rd, and 5th respectively. The 4th point will go in favor of UD. Great effort by Frozen Chaos though. That is what we want to see. So now FTS need to make it happen. They need to win this point if they want to have a chance at winning this map. They need to win this to make it a 4-4, and then it will come down to the decisive rounds. There's no tennis mode, so that one will be the decider. Right now, a good start for everyone. A very blue-heavy lead with Nod, Revo, and Nitro Guy occupying positions 2 to 4. Joey in the lead, and Frozen Chaos also opting to go for some overtakes here. Gets a very risky jump right here. Gets it very well, though. Up to 3rd place. Joey stumbling over the border, over the sidewalk. Gonna lose multiple positions with that. Revo now up to 1st, Not 32 with a lot of speed in that left bend again, but he jumps too far right. Almost hits the barrier, but maintains to keep going right here. So that was a very, very well done save. And Frozen Chaos now with a mistake entering one of those hairpins. Ikea also stumbling over the transition there. So right now it is actually the triple lead for UD. This is not looking good for FTS right now. They need to hope for mistakes in a couple of the last corners. Frozen Chaos going for the overtake here. Also creeping in closer to Not 32 and goes for the overtake as well. Frozen Chaos versus Not 32 here in the last turn. But it will not be enough here. It will be the point for UD. And that is the GG on Desert. Desert goes in favor of the blue team of Team UD. Tying up the score in total again. We are off to a 2-2 in total in this best of 7. Very, very close and exciting match. Both of the teams being very equal to each other, which is very, very nice. That is what we want to see. Alright, so I don't know what environment we are gonna play next. I think it's gonna be Rally. Indeed, it is Rally. So we're going to the next TrackMania original environment. And here we are in the green hell. We are in Rally on Tongue Twister by BlackQ, which is a highly technical rally track. Rally being also an environment that is a hit or miss for many players. Either you love it or you hate it. And Rally also being an environment where you can't really be competitive if you play with a keyboard. You have to play with an analog device. Let it be a joystick or a gamepad or a wheel even. All of those three devices work really well for Rally. So will be interesting to see. I know for a fact that there will be keyboard players in this field. Not 32 playing with keyboard, Frozen Chaos playing with keyboards, Nitro Guy playing with keyboards, Revo is playing with pad as far as I know. Not sure about IKEA. I think IKEA plays with pad as well. Yep, that's definitely pad. And Ladybug Lover with pad as well. So we have 3 pad and 3 keyboards, which is gonna be interesting to see. And you will probably see the difference in the driving styles, in the lines, and in the way that the drivers are playing this environment. Because if you play with a keyboard, you have to play this environment completely differently. Rally is a no-slide environment, but since you can't avoid sliding with a keyboard, you need to go for very alternative lines to kind of... yeah, I don't know, to just get rid of the disadvantage that you have, to, you know, turn it a bit more, and then get rid of the steering again. It's kind of like a mix that you have to do. It's a very different and weird driving style that you have to do with the keyboard on Rally. But yeah, will be interesting for sure. So in Rally, you want to steer very gently. Make sure to not steer over, you know, height transitions, height changes, elevation changes. Make sure that you keep the grip intact. In turns, you want to brake, hold the brake, slow down. Don't want to go into the turns too fast. So yeah, we will see how it will go here on Rally. The lineup's looking to be as follows: Revo, Nod, and Pacha for UD, Ladybug Lover, Frozen Chaos, and IKEA for FTS. World record here is still a 1:23.01 by BlackQ on his own track, which is still more than half a second quicker than what anyone else drove on this track. So that time is definitely very fast. So after this warm-up, I think we will be going live. And we are going on to map number 5 out of 7. The remaining environments are going to be snow and island. So after this, we will still have 2 decisive environments to be played. And here we go. We have the restart, we have the GLHF, and then we're starting on the Rally. The score, as I said, is 2-2, so both teams can take it home here in this matchup. Both of the teams have the chance, and they have the skills, and they have what they need to take it home. So here we go. Let's follow Ladybug Lover who is one of the pad drivers. And a good start for everyone so far. All of them being very close to each other. 0.1 seconds roughly here at this dirt CP. The dirt, of course, has as much grip as tarmac, but you have less space to work with. So, want to be very careful. Ladybug Lover going for a very tight line. Doesn't really maintain a lot of speed. And here we have Revo, of course. As I said, he is a TMO expert. And he will, of course, prevail in this. He will show what he got in Revo right now on first place behind Ladybug Lover. Frozen Chaos. You can clearly see the keyboard driving style. You see the very, very aggressive turning into the turns. Like you turn in very aggressively and then you just steer a bit less coming out to the exit of the turn. This is kind of how you rally with keyboard. But yeah, these castle sections are very, very tight. These are, of course, completely meant to be driven no slide. So with a keyboard you can of course not do that. And Revo has accumulated such a big lead already. You can clearly see his expertise in this environment. Revo being more than a second ahead of Ladybug Lover, not 32 on second, Frozen Chaos on fourth. Then we have IKEA, who is a little bit further behind and not 32. Not able to make anything happen. Revo clocking in a 1:26.06. Ladybug Lover on second, a not 32 on third. Pacha, I think, just took a bath here on the bridge. But he will be able to finish, and it will be the point for UD, with Revo, Nod, and Pacha taking first, third, and sixth. Going into the next round here, let's follow Nod, who is having a little bit of a weak start. He is, of course, one of the keyboard players. You can clearly see that. Frozen Chaos clipping the inside of that wooden bridge. Losing quite some speed there, but not overtaking two people at once in the chicane. And also Ladybug Lover struggling a lot. So you can clearly see that Revo is the only one that really knows what he's doing. The others are just driving and hoping that they don't die. So Revo definitely on another level, and I wouldn't be surprised if he just wins all rounds in a row. I really wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, right now looking to be an FTS round. We have Ladybug Lover on second, Ikea on third, and Frozen Chaos. Ooh, very risky line. Want to stay off the grass there. And he barely manages to do so. So we have the 2, 3, and 4 for FTS. Not 32 on 5th place. And then there's Pacha, who is not able to keep up. So kind of an internal fight between teammates here. The 3 FTS players looking to take it home. And they will successfully do so. 1:26.8 by Revo again. He is far, far away from everyone else. Ladybug Lover on second, Ikea on third, and Frozen Chaos on fourth. The score is tied up again, 1-1. Some slight mistakes here, some slight errors. But no big ones so far as I can see. Everyone surviving the dirt section. Pacha going for the overtake on Ikea, but didn't really keep a lot of speed. Going up the hill, Pacha completely oversliding this section, braking a lot in the turn, so Ikea will capitalize on that. The guy ranked 15 in the world right now, finding himself on position number 5. Let's go up to the Polish driver, Not 32. He is on 4th right now. Entering the dirt passage now. Frozen Chaos bumping a lot, jumping a lot over that dirt hill. And so far I don't think we have seen anyone that actually bugged on the tunnel exit, because the uphill out of a tunnel can be very, very buggy. It can instantly throw you to the left or to the right into a random direction, just completely randomly, and there's almost no way for you to catch that. So if it happens, you will very, very likely fly out of the track, and that's yeah, unfortunate to say the least. Revo looking to take another one here. 126.26. Ladybug Lover, Frozen Chaos, Not 32. And Ikea just in front of Pacha. So that was actually very close. Only 0.2 of a second between the decisive positions on position 5 and 6. It will be a point for FTS. They're back in the lead on Rally. Next round ongoing. Revo! Damn, that was a not good line at all. Went way too wide at the exit. So Revo, the guy that has won all rounds, finding himself on last. And also Pacha. Not really keeping up here. Revo going for the overtake instantly. He's trying to go for the comeback. So maybe he can make something happen here. The triple lead for FTS again. Not 32 in a battle with Ikea. And Revo is creeping in closer and closer. He is using the slipstream here. Oh! Frozen Chaos jumping over the fence onto the wheat field. He is the farmer of this part. He needs to farm the wheat. And Revo is up to second place already. Revo now in a fight with Ikea. Ladybug Lover has accumulated quite a good lead, but knowing Revo, he can maybe make something happen. Ladybug Lover actually not getting the best landing, and Revo will actually come closer and closer with every single turn. If he wins this round, it would actually be amazing. Last U-turn coming up. Ladybug Lover actually oversliding. Revo with more speed. Revo going for a very outside approach. Ladybug Lover actually touching the grass. Revo with more speed. Going over the bridge, and Revo actually goes for the overtake, and he will win the round with a 127. He wins the round after that mistake. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Revo taking first, Ladybug Lover on second, Ikea on third, Nod on fourth, Pacha on fifth, and it will be tying up the score again, 2-2. What a performance by this guy. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna lose that streak. I wanna continue winning all rounds, and he did that. Great performance by Revo. Or should I say Revmo? What did I write? Revmo. And again, Revmo is in the lead, followed by Frozen Chaos and the rest of the FTS squad. Not 32 now with his keyboard. Not able to keep up here with Ikea, but Ikea slowing down very differently to Not 32, so that's also one of the differences of, you know, approaching certain corners. Aye. Not 32 now with a wall touch on the exit. Ikea will now run away a little bit. Frozen Chaos versus Ladybug Lover. Frozen Chaos, actually the keyboard driver, doing really well. Look at that. He's actually able to keep up with the pad driver, Ladybug Lover, who touches the grass again. And then there's Revo, who's like 5 billion years ahead. He actually gets a 125.46. That is a nice time. He's almost 3 whole seconds ahead of everyone else. But his efforts are not paying off because his teammates have been sandbagging in this round. Nod and Pacha taking the last 2 positions. FTS going up in the lead again with 3-2. Frozen Chaos actually getting a really good start. Pacha, as soon as I spectate him, he actually falls off the track. So he is not really showing the greatest performance today. Making it harder for UD to take home the points. Frozen Chaos stumbling over 5 bumps right there. So after his great start, he's now finding himself on position 5 only. Ikea on 4th. And Ladybug Lover in a fight with Not 32, even though Ladybug Lover actually has accumulated quite a good lead over his opponents. Revo, as per usual, finds himself 11 leap years ahead of everyone else. Now jumping up the tunnel, no one getting the bug, that's good. And we're now entering the castle section. Let's go a bit further behind. Do we see any fights? Anything happening? Not really. The position's looking to be set in stone. And Revo with another 126.13. Ladybug Lover actually gets a 126.86. Not 32 on third. Frozen Chaos on fourth. Ikea on fifth. And Pacha on sixth. And that will be enough for UD. Revo and Nod doing a good job at keeping up the pace. Even though Pacha is taking last. 3-3. Rally just being as exciting as Desert. Next round underway. Following Frozen Chaos. Gets a nice dirt. Oh my god, and two drivers flying out of the track at the same spot. It was Ikea for sure. And then one of these players. I haven't quite seen who that was. But that was a huge mistake by Ikea. Who I think even had to go for a respawn. Because the mistake probably threw him onto his roof. So FTS losing one player. But Frozen Chaos keeping up well so far. So the fight between Frozen Chaos and Nod, the two keyboard players, are fighting it out for that second place. And here comes Ladybug Lover, who is of course in a big advantage, and you can clearly see what kind of advantage you have, especially in these tight castle corners. Ladybug Lover now up to second place. Very, very clutch round. It will all come down to the last corner now. Nod 32 with great speed through the hairpin. But now we have the last turn where Ladybug Lover might actually have the best speed out of it. And he actually gets the speed, goes up to second place now. But he clips the bridge part. And Frozen Chaos only 200s ahead of Nod 32 at the end. So that round was really, really close at the end. But it will be another one for UD. Pacha actually staying ahead of Ikea, who is 10 seconds behind Revo after that respawn. 4-3 on Rally. Pacha once again with a weak start. Let's have a look at someone else here. Nod 32 on position number 5 right now. Ooh, Frozen Chaos going completely on the grass, and also Revo actually struggling, ladies and gentlemen. Nod 32 also struggling. Everyone is hitting those bumps, the grass hills, which is of course what you really, really want to avoid. So a couple of mistakes happening in this round. And again, Ladybug Lover almost hugging that fence again. I don't know what's so attractive about that fence. But Ladybug Lover hugging that one too. And that will leave Revo and Ikea fighting it out for that first place now. Ikea touching the wall twice. Will lose quite a little speed jumping up the hill. Revo up to first now. Ikea touching the wall another time. 3 wall touches by Ikea within 10 seconds. And Revo up to first again. Ikea on second, Frozen Chaos on third. And then we have Ladybug Lover, Pacha, and Nod 32. Looking to be an FTS round, and this is exactly what we want to see, because that would tie up the score to a 4-4 overall on the rally track. Revo with a strong time, 1:27.07, and also Ikea with a 1:27.69. That will be the 4th point, and we have the decider on rally between UD and FTS. The last round coming up now. This will be do or die. Who will prevail? Who will handle the pressure the best? UD, of course, having Pacha as the back marker, which is going to be hard to compensate. But yeah, let's see. Nod 32 right now holding up the flag, but we have 3 FTS drivers actually in the lead right now. Not even Revo is able to keep up with the pace of Frozen Chaos and Ladybug Lover. So we have a very, very nice fight going into the tunnel hairpin. Nod 32, the keyboard player, oversteering quite hard in that hairpin, losing some additional time. This time, no one hugging the fence. Nod 32 coming a little bit closer to Ikea. the fight for first is hot and spicy. Frozen Chaos oversteering a lot, losing a lot of speed there. Lost half a second easily with that. Revel versus Ladybug Lover. This is the fight we have to look out for. First place being fought out right here. Revel with really risky lines. Goes very wide. Keeps a lot of speed. Revel with insanely good lines. And manages to instantly get away from Ladybug Lover. Frozen Chaos is on third. Ikea on fourth. Right now it would be the FTS round. UD needs to step it up now. Pacha with the oversteer, not 32, also not within reach right now. Looks like it's going to be the FTS round here, not 32. And Pacha not going to be able to overtake anyone on the bridge unless someone falls off. But that is not happening. And FTS win rally. Revo, unfortunately not able to carry UD to victory in that round. Not 32 and Pacha taking both final positions. So 4-5, the score on rally.
Here's this by the way, Pog.
Hey, Gerfowski, thank you for 8 months of Twitch Prime. So, next map. Will it be island or will it be snow? Looks like we will be starting on island. So yeah, overall score will now be a 3-2. So now UD need to win island if they still want to have a gander. If they still want to have a chance at winning this whole matchup on the snow track. So island needs to be won by UD, which will put them into quite a pressurized situation. But this match has been equal so far on pretty much every environment. So anything can happen on the island track by DMW. Island also together with Rally, one of the environments where analog devices are giving you the biggest advantage. So also here the keyboard drivers will be finding themselves multiple seconds behind the fastest times. Because Island is a very fast-paced environment. This track is actually very fast-paced for the most part as well, which makes it essentially harder to keep up if you drive with a keyboard. This car tends to lose grip with a full steer at around, I don't know, 400, 450 roughly. So with a keyboard you will have a really hard time and you will lose multiple seconds easily. So yeah, will be interesting to see what's gonna happen here. We have one more warm-up, I think, after this. And then we're going live on map number 6 out of 7 on Island. So this is a very unforgiving track as well. One mistake can easily cost you multiple seconds. Let it be a wall touch or a slide or anything in that regard. Mistakes are being punished a lot on a fast-paced tracks like this. I'm actually really digging this song, by the way. It really fits to Island. It's so good. It's so good. Rebel Soaring. Alright, boys, we are going on to map number 6. It will be Island, and it will be very important for UD to win this if they still want to have a chance. So the pressure will definitely be on them. But FTS having a strong Island lineup for sure, with Joey and Ladybug Lover both being very specialized on on Island. So will be pretty hard to beat them, I would say. But then again, you never know. So let's see what is gonna happen. We have Pacha, Nod, and Revo. So we have one keyboard player in the mix here for UD, which will be a disadvantage. For FTS, we have Ikea, Ladybug Lover, and Joey, who are all playing with a gamepad. So this will be a very hard nut to crack. And right now it actually looks very decent for FTS already. We have Not32, who fights himself very far back. Of course, he's a keyboard player, so he needs to take everything extra slow and extra safe. And also Revo and Pacha not able to keep up with the pace of FTS right now. All three red drivers are in the lead. And they're definitely not gonna let that slip through their hands. Let's follow Joey, who is going for the overtake on his own teammate. Ikea is very far ahead, actually. Roughly half a second ahead of Joey. Ladybug Lover is on third. He's actually part of a island specialized team, so he is also definitely capable of being fast. Doesn't really get the best ending here, but it won't really matter. Ikea and Ladybug Lover will seal the deal here with the first two positions. FTS with the first point on islands. And I think that gave you a impression of what to expect from FTS. As I said, they will be in an advantage simply because they have no keyboard player. Joey going for a very alternative line here, and it seems to actually pay off. He goes a little bit more to the left, which gives him a flatter turning angle through the first right-hander, which enables him to keep more speed. So Joey doing some tricksters, and it does pay off. He's on second place, but as I say that, he actually makes a mistake in the helix, in the 180 downhill corner. Joey down to last place. Pacha, Nod, and Revo are all following up. Ikea and Ladybug Lover, however, are doing really good here. Dropping into the tunnel, where you want to do a little release if you jump too far. Slide to the left and then snap to the right here into the platform section. Both of the FTS players doing a good job here, keeping up the pace. Ikea, ooh, that was wide. Almost hitting the wall. But he stabilizes, keeps himself on first. And looking to secure the second point in a row, the second consecutive point for FTS in here. Not looking good for UD, actually. They really, really need to hope for mistakes for FTS, because they are definitely the faster drivers. They are the faster drivers, and that makes it hard. That makes it hard. 2-0 already. Ooh, I heard a slide. I think that was not 32. Slid in the very first corner. That is already going to throw UD into a very uncomfortable situation. And also Pacha. No, Revo. Revo almost slid out of the track. So a very wonky start for UD. And then Pacha makes a mistake as well. And Revo makes another additional mistake. This is not looking good for UD. Everyone making mistakes left, right, center. And then there's Ladybug that crashes fully into the hangar checkpoint, leaving Joey and Ikea alone at the front. Many, many, many mistakes being made in this round. Joey is the only one that hasn't made one. Even Ikea has made a small one. Ay. This is the pressure that gets them all, I think. Especially the UD drivers are really, really not doing well here whatsoever. And they synchronized wall hit in the uphill helix by... Oh, that was beautiful. Olympic swimming, ladies and gentlemen, presented to you by UD. 4 finishers only, 3 of them being FTS, 1 of them being UD. Next point, the third one for FTS. Oh, that was beautiful. Alright, going into the next round, ladies and gentlemen. So these are the type of mistakes that UD kind of need to hope for. Otherwise, it is looking grim. Ooh, and Ladybug Lover actually making a mistake already, but he instantly overtakes Not32, who, of course, has no chance. And also Patch. Oh, but there he goes with another wall touch. Ladybug Lover giving UD a fair chance at maybe taking this point home. Also, Ikea is missing, who also made a mistake. So, positions 2 to 4 occupied by UD as Ikea is catching another one of those good slides. Only Joey is surviving at the top. Pacha taking it really safe. He doesn't even go for the left slide into right-hander snap combination. He just no-slides both. And also Joey with another mistake. He knew that, well, it was kind of lost anyway. So Revo will take over that lead here from Joey. Making another mistake here as I spectate him. Spectator's curse. And he will barely be able to make the jump, but this will be a point for UD. Exactly what they need in this situation. Revo wins with a 1:11.79. This is not really a time that you would usually win a round with. But in this case, it was enough. And UD take one valuable point. Three to 1. It is not lost yet. But UD need to hope for more of these. And they need to take all of the opportunities that they're being given. Let's take a look at the next round. We are in round number 5. Ooh, Ikea with the slide already. Will drop down behind Nod. But Pacha is even further behind. Pacha is just now reaching this road part. So Pacha must have died really, really badly. And this is another terrible, terrible situation for the blue team. As we have only Revo trying to make something happen. But I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Ladybug Lover and to Joey. So I think this round will be going to the red team. Ikea, however, makes a mistake. Clips the block on the inside. But yeah, then again, I think this is pretty much decided. There you go, last turn coming up. Joey and Ladybug Lover will secure first and second place. Joey actually getting a time under 1:10, which is very fast. So a 1:09.60 for Joey. The German in front of the Czech. Ladybug Lover on second. And that will be the next point for FTS 4-1. And this is getting really, really crunchy for FTS. Because they can take it home now. And they will win the best of 7 if they win this round now. They can bring it home now. They can take it home and win over their opponents. It takes one more round win. UD need to win 4 rounds in a row, which is requiring a miracle. Especially after Nod and Revo make the same mistake in the left-hander. Is this the early GG, ladies and gentlemen? I am safe to say that it might happen at this point. Pacha more than 1 second behind all of the 3 FTS. I don't think they will throw this away here. Oh, but Ikea actually has to respawn. And also Joey with low speed. So maybe they're actually giving that away. Pacha now up to second place. But we know that he's taking things rather easy. So Joey might be going for the overtake as we come closer to the finish line. Where are the other drivers though? We have Revo in sight. Nod right here fighting with Ikea, who goes for a slide. So that will put Nod in a good and comfortable situation. However, Ladybug Lover, he barely made that jump. What is happening? It is actually the point for UD. It is actually the point for UD. The FTS players are throwing away their opportunities. Unbelievable. They had it in the bag. They had the triple lead. And only Joey survived, even though he made a mistake as well. Everyone crumbling like a cookie. Is this the comeback for UD? They need 3 more of these. This is for sure gonna hurt FTS mentality. And Joey yeeting himself out of the track right there. So 1 person down already. Another good chance for UD. But they need to gain some positions. Revo already more than half a second behind Ikea and Ladybug Lover. But we have seen that anything can happen. Revo with an ugly slide up the hill there. What will Ikea and Ladybug Lover do? Ikea going very tight around that checkpoint. Risky line. Stays on the track though. Oh, slide by Ikea. Revo, however, is super far behind. Look at those gaps. This is already over and out right here. I think this is a GG at this point. Ladybug Lover and Ikea, they are not gonna mess up that end. There's no way they will do that. And it is the GG on Island and in total score as well. FTS beat UD after 6 out of 7 maps on the Island track with a 5-2 score. GG. That will leave us with 1 unplayed environment. It will be Snow. I don't know if Snow will be played. Alright, so Snow will be played. So we have 1 final map coming up between UD and FTS. And here we go, the last track by Garfield himself. It is the Snow track. The last one coming up. So the Snow track is a very speedy, very fast track, which is very based on momentum. And we have learned that this track is mainly based on these tubes, because the tubes can be driven in a very different way that yield a lot more speed than if you just drive the tubes normally. This is how you can achieve those 104 times or low 105 times. However, I don't think that people are gonna go for these lines because they are pretty risky to hit and they can, you know, ruin your entire run if you don't do them properly. So yeah, we have these alternative tube lines which are very important on this track, but in general it is a very momentum based track. 1 tiny mistake and you will most likely not going to be able to recover that speed again. So yeah, will be interesting to see. Snow also an environment that is fairly drivable with a keyboard. You are of course still in a disadvantage because full steers are always slowing you down a bit more than, you know, smooth steers. But yeah, Snow is still very drivable with keyboards. So the rounds are hopefully gonna be pretty close here. I think we're gonna have 1 more warm-up and then we're going live. So as for the lineups, it looks like we're gonna have Pacha again with Nod and Revo, Ikea, Frozen Chaos and Joey on the other side, on the red side for FTS. Of course, they have already won this match. They have won the best of 7, so they can take it a bit easier here on the snow track. They can maybe go for some risks, go for some fast times, or just go for the victory as well and make it a 5-2 in total. Alright, and for the final time, we have the GLHF here for the drivers. The last track in this matchup, we're playing the snow environment on the Garfield track. Here we go. And off we go, the start block, following Frozen Chaos, the keyboard player from Belgium, holding up the flag for FTS. As we go through the first bunch of corners, which are just precision based. And you can clearly see that a pad player like Revo is gonna be in an advantage simply because he can maintain more speed through the corners. The first blue guy, I think that was Pacha, already sent himself out of the track, which will put FTS in a good position already. However, Revo is trying to deny that, of course. Not32 has gotten a little landing bug, which will cost him some speed. Joey will creep it closer and gets a much better transition into the downhill as well. Joey up to 4th, touches the wall on the left side in the tunnel though. That was a weird mistake actually. So he will lose that position that he just gained again. Going into the next tube, in the second tube. This one isn't as important as the first one, but still important to get right. Revo in the lead here. And then we have Frozen Chaos and Ikea following up. Revo with a 108.01, 108.13 for Ikea, and it will be the point for FTS. They continue their dominance and get their points immediately. Good start for everyone. Everyone within 0.2 of a second within each other. And now we have the first tube. Ikea is going for a slightly different tube line, and it does actually pay off just a little bit. Came a bit closer to Joey, but Frozen Chaos got it very well as we have Ikea touching the wall in the tunnel. So the double lead for FTS now, with one player being down. Oh my god, what a line by Revo, going fully onto 2 wheels, and there he goes into the wall. A little bit too much excitement for Revo, and went fully into the tunnel exit. Or entrance, rather. That was an entrance, it wasn't an exit. Mr. Streamer, what are you saying? So it looks like Joey and Frozen Chaos are gonna take it here with ease. Not the greatest time, but enough to take home the second point in a row. Oh, did someone lag out? No, it's fine. Going into the next round here, we have Revo once again off to a good start. Frozen Chaos clipping the edge right there. Bumps up with his car, loses a lot of speed, which he will of course not be able to get back on this heavily momentum-based track. Pacha on position number 5. We have the double lead for FTS right now, Joey and Ikea. They're keeping up the pace. However, Revo is actually going for some overtakes here. Revo with a lot of speed entering the tunnel part goes up to second place now. And he has a tiny little bit more speed than Ikea. So maybe with some good and direct and smooth lines, he can come closer to Ikea. And he actually gets a very good tube. However, with a little bit too much of an oversteer. Ikea, however, not with the very precise tunnel lines. They're both neck and neck here at the checkpoint. It will come down to the last turn. Ikea crumbling, touches the wall on the inside. And Revo will take first place with a 1:08.21. Joey, Ikea, Pacha, and Nod following up the next point for UD. The first point for them, 2-1. Very good fight there at the end. Unfortunate mistake by Ikea. Risking it a bit too much there. Tried to go as close as possible to the wall. And he got punished. Joey, speaking about touching walls, has touched the wall already just a tiny little bit. And wow, what a big mistake there by Joey. Almost flipped onto his roof, which is very hard to achieve with the snow car. So he almost did the impossible, and someone yeeted himself out of the track there again. It was Pacha again, the Yeetmeister. Pacha again launching himself to the ISS right there, so he's going to be out of this race as well. Two big mistakes being made. One UD and one FTS driver back, leaving a 2v2 situation here at the front with Ikea and Frozen Chaos leading over Revo and Not 32. Not 32 with good speed though, passing one of the FTS drivers. This round is going to be clutch coming towards the end. Ooh, not touching the wall. He might actually lose that position again. No, he's not going to get overtaken. Ikea is very, very far behind. Big mistakes being made in this round, but it will be the FTS round in this one. FTS going up 3-1 now. They are looking good. Looking hot on the snow track as well. Not 32 with the weakest start. Closing in a little bit in that tight 180. But not enough to pass anyone yet. This time, Pacha stays on the track, and we go into the first tube. We see a little speed loss right there for FTS Ikea and FTS Frozen Chaos. Pacha not very slow in speed. Revo in a battle with Joey for first. Revo clearly pushing it here. Tries to maintain as much speed as possible, and it does pay off. Revo is actually coming very, very close to Joey. Maybe after the tube, he's already going to have the chance to overtake. And yes, he does. Joey gets a small slide exiting that tube part. So Revo up to first, Joey on second. And then we have the rest of the FTS team following up. So it will be another red point, but Joey hits the last available wall, and he will drop down all the way to last place. And that will turn the whole table around. The point for UD all of a sudden. Joey has thrown it away single-handedly, and he also hit the first available wall now. So a bunch of mistakes here by Joey and Revo as well. Revo actually being someone that has been very consistent throughout this whole match. Has barely made any mistakes. But right now, he made one. And he gets punished. Throws back to last place. And now Nod is the one that makes a big mistake. And even had to respawn. So many mistakes being made in this round actually. Revo trying to close in here. Ooh, a little bit of lag. But he's good. Oh, and a big mistake right there by Ikea. And also Revo has made a mistake. Wait, who was that? Doesn't really matter. We have Joey and Frozen Chaos in the leads. Who just died there? I think it was Rebel. And there you go. 108.32 and 108.41 for Joey and Frozen Chaos. They're getting the next point. For their team, 4-2. So UD now being put under pressure again. They need to win some rounds. Can they make it happen? They got nothing to lose. So they can just push it and make it happen. Good start for Revo this time. He's being chased by FTS. All of them, and Pacha. Pacha losing a little bit of speed here in the tube. Frozen Chaos overtaking Ikea. Revo building up his lead, extending it even further. Joey remaining on second as of now. Frozen Chaos there with a good turn. The keyboard player doing a good job at keeping the speed intact here. Very, very close between all of the drivers here. Into the next tube we go. Ikea actually coming closer to his teammates. But if they keep up these positions, then like as always, it will be their point. Second, third, and fourth are gonna be enough. Are they gonna take it home? Yes, they will. And that's the GG for the snow track. And that will conclude this match against, or between FTS and UD. FTS winning over UD. GG.